Club World Cup. So the Club World Cup, guys. Let me put attendance actually because we have to speak about this. So the Club World Cup, there's been a few games that have been played, right? I think there's been about 4 or 5 games that have been played. The last game was Botafogo versus Seattle Sounders, and that is game week number 1, 2, 3, yeah, 5, right? And in my opinion, guys, the Club World Cup has been very lackluster. I ain't gonna lie, bro. The Club World Cup has been very lackluster, but the reason why it's been lackluster and people say, oh, you're being nationalist, oh, you're being a racist and stuff like that. I'm just speaking the truth that Americans really don't care about football, mate. Americans really don't care about football, and it's obvious that like FIFA and Gianni Infantino chose this Club World Cup just because money, and he wants to break into the American market, because once he breaks into the American market, there's more money to be made, and you can see like the prizes that the teams are winning. Like I think it's like up to 97 million. What was it, dollars or pounds? That's reported as the price, right? And the the whole repercussions or the or what was it, or the consequences, right, of playing in the Club World Cup in America is basically, it was not 80,000 attendance, bro. It was absolute cap. Like at the start of the guys, like at the game, because I watched the Al Ali game versus Inter Miami. There was empty seats. I watched the PSG Atletico Madrid game. There was also like around like there was also empty seats as well, because the Rose Bowl stadium in California, in LA, it's close to like downtown LA, I think, right? That seats 89,000 people, and there was scattered seats like around. If that's the sort of thing, like, no, not even if, that sort of thing does not happen in Europe, guys. PSG versus Atletico Madrid, like PSG versus Atletico Madrid in a European venue, no matter if it's Portugal, France, Germany, England, Italy, you can go all the way down to Turkey, you can go to Serbia, and if there's a stadium that's 89,000, right? I'll guarantee you that 89,000 seater is definitely getting filled up, bro. Like, this is what happens, dude. And also, it's like the atmosphere for these games. Those, I think the best atmosphere so far has been Palmeiras and Porto, because Palmeiras is, of course, a Brazilian team, and Brazil is in South America, while this Club World Cup is being played in North America. So for them, yeah, for Brazilian fans, it's easier for them to get there, and it's not as expensive. And there is Brazilian people that live in America, so that whole atmosphere there, and I'm pretty sure is at the MetLife Stadium, which is in New Jersey. So it makes sense, right? But like the atmosphere in some of these other games has just been absolutely dry. I ain't gonna lie, man. And I'm a massive football fan, guys. I am a huge football fan. I'll watch football anyway. I say this all the time throughout my channel. I've done some like Indonesian football, guys. I have done a lot, bro. I've done a lot. And the atmosphere, once again, like atmosphere, fan atmosphere, when you're watching it, sometimes generally does make the game so much better, because it brings like the intensity and like the adrenaline and the emotion, even when you're watching it on your TV. Just look at like with the PSG fans throughout the Champions League, bro. The PSG fans, no matter where they were, at Villa Park going crazy, at Borussia Dortmund Stadium going crazy, at the Emirates going crazy, at the Allianz Arena going crazy, right? And when they again, like when PSG were playing yesterday at the Atletico Madrid stadium, it was just like a certain few PSG fans that were actually trying to get chants started, but everybody was just like quiet, yay, yay. And I tell you what, right? It was one of my good friends, Valentino, on the chat. He said it feels like a preseason friendly. It feels like a preseason friendly. That's why it feels like. Dude, I'm being truthful with you guys. It feels like a friendly match. Like, do you know when you're like when Manchester United go to play in like San Diego or something like that, and they're playing against Real Madrid, but it's not the actual like first team starters. It's like the academy kids playing one half, and then somebody new signings play in another half, right? That's how it feels like. But but instead of like being the academy kids, it's actually the first team players. It was a bad call from Infantino to make the Club World Cup in America. I'll say it hands down, bro, and I stand by it. It was a massive bad call. Massive bad call, right? And the thing is too, again, like Americans don't care about football. That we just have to be real with it. And this is the same country that's hosting the World Cup next year. But I'm pretty sure with the whole World Cup, it's gonna be absolutely different. It's gonna be clearly different because everybody knows about the World Cup, right? But like the Club World Cup, yeah, like it's something for me. For me, like the whole premise of it, I actually do rock with. Like the whole premise of the Club World Cup, I actually rock with, right? Because like I actually wanted to see like what will Al Hilal do when they play against PSG. You get what I mean? Like what will Al Ali do when they play against like Palmeiras? And speaking of teams, Inter Miami are terrible, bro. I ain't gonna lie, man. Inter Miami, bro, like their defense is terrible, fam. Their defense is so bad. It's so bad. Like Al Ali, and it was the keeper. I think it was Story that saved them in the first game, bro. Like he even saved the goalkeeper. Like he was clearly the man in the match. But like Inter Miami should know that she had never been in this tournament, bro. If they're bringing in Inter Miami, they should have just brought in Al Nasser because the Inter Miami thing was just for Messi. That's what it generally was. It was just literally just for Messi, bro. They just wanted Messi to play in this tournament, but I had to come up with an excuse just to put him in. I'm just being truthful. I'm just being truthful. This is what the majority of football fans say. I'm just being truthful, right? But yeah, if you feel also they should have brought in Barcelona, should have brought in Liverpool, should have brought in Man United, even though Man United finished in 16th, 15th place. They should have brought them in if they're bringing in Inter Miami, bro, because what on earth was that defending, fam? But yeah, man, I just had to speak about this, guys, because they'll try to gaslight you and say like their attendance was huge. The attendance was not that big, mate. It was not that big. It wasn't 60K. It definitely was not 60K, bro. Someone said they didn't sell tickets. The tickets were given freely. Some people were giving tickets freely, bro. Some people were definitely giving tickets freely. Someone's PR was definitely trying to push the fake narrative that the stadium would be empty. It's empty, mate. It's empty, bro. I was literally watching the game. We watched the game exactly. There we go. Jeff Tanner said we watched the game. But anyway.